You're one of those lucky people that can travel anywhere.
Yes, ma'am, I know.
And they sometimes call you nomads.
Hello and thanks for joining us for our weekly film show. We're starting with the Golden Globes, which unfolded like a 3-hour Zoom meeting due to pandemic protocols that forced the ceremony to take place remotely. Could this whole night have been an email? One of the hosts, Tina Fey, asked a small socially distanced audience of first responders and essential workers in New York. Her co-host, Amy Poehler, was in the opposite side of the country in Los Angeles. Nobody went home with an award because pretty much everyone was already at their house. So what did our film critic Lisa Nesselson make of it? Lisa?
Well, I thought it was even sillier than usual. Admirably, they did what they could given the absolute priority to keep participants healthy. Movie stars are, of course, ordinary flesh and blood people like the rest of us, but we're not usually reminded of that by seeing famous people in what could be their pajamas, sitting on their own couch, stroking their dog, which is what Jodie Foster was doing when she won Supporting Actress Drama for her fine turn as a real-life lawyer defending a prisoner in Gitmo in the Mauritanian. The only thing I think the Golden Globes really get right is to acknowledge that drama and comedy are apples and oranges. I think you would say chalk and cheese. And so they have a separate film category for each. Chloe Zhao won Best Dramatic Film for her American road movie Nomadland, and Sacha Baron Cohen, who thanked his bodyguard for getting shot protecting him, won the Comedy Trophy for Borat subsequent movie film. He also won Best Actor in a Comedy or Musical, and the late Chadwick Boseman posthumously was awarded the Drama Best Actor prize, which his wife movingly accepted on his behalf.
And Chloe Zhao made history as the first woman of colour to win a Golden Globe for Best Director. She's also the second woman ever to win after Barbara Streisand in 1983. Let's take a look at Nomadland, starring Frances McDormand.
One of the things I love most about this life is that there's no final goodbye. I've met hundreds of people out here, and I don't ever say a final goodbye. Let's just say I'll see you down the road. And I do. I see them again. And I can be certain in my heart I'll see you again.
Jane Fonda was honored for her amazing career with the Cecil B. DeMille Award, and trailblazing 98-year-old TV writing and production legend Norman Lear was given the Carol Burnett Award for his career in television.
And the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, who awards the Golden Globes, has been criticised this year for not having a single black member out of 87 people.
I'm having a hard time seeing that fact as racism, unless a qualified candidate who happened to be black applied and was turned down. Like the name says, members of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association cover the entertainment field from Los Angeles for foreign media outlets. I say take it up with possibly short-sighted hiring at foreign magazines, newspapers, radio, and TV stations. Well-meaning promises that everybody should be represented and included, which is what 3 officers of the group said during the ceremony in what a screenwriter friend of mine in New York said brought to mind all the contrite spontaneity of a Stalinist show trial is a tall order. And let's say all 87 current members are simultaneously wiped out by a freak tsunami while on an all-expenses-paid junket to Japan. That's a joke, but that would be like the lavish junket to France with 5-star hotel included to watch Emily in Paris being shot. That really happened. That show did get nominated. On the TV series side, draw your own conclusions about bribery versus artistic excellence. As the French newspaper Libération put it, the film industry has nothing but contempt for the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, yet never misses an opportunity to grovel or curry favor with their 87 members. The Los Angeles Times says that the lobbyists are paid $45,000 to promote a film to the HFPA, and they get a $20,000 bonus if their efforts result in a nomination. The word corrupt comes up a lot, and yet A Golden Globe nomination, and especially a win, is seen as giving a boost for the Oscars, for which not 87, but close to 10,000 members are eligible to vote.
Okay, Lisa, well, next to the Berlin International Film Festival, its 2020 version was the last major film festival to take place as normal before COVID-19 ruled out large gatherings. The 71st Berlinale, underway right now, is billed as a hybrid event. So what does that mean?
Well, it means the festival and the accompanying EFM, which stands for European Film Market, and that means watching about 100 films in 5 days on spool online from March 1st through the 5th. And then festival films will be made available to audiences in real cinemas throughout Germany in June from the 9th to the 20th. That's the plan. They arranged for the jury to watch the 15 films in competition in a real theater in Berlin. All 6 jurors, 3 men, 3 women, are former winners of the festival's top award, the Golden Bear. But Mohammad Raslouf is unable to leave Iran for political reasons, and Nadav Lapid is blocked in Israel by COVID restrictions, so they're watching at home.
So tell us, what sounds promising to you?
Well, German film I'm Your Man sounds very intriguing. A smart, sophisticated single woman is drafted to experiment with a relationship with a lifelike robot programmed to approximate her idea of a perfect male partner. Here's a glimpse of their very first meeting in a club full of hologram guests.
Was ist der Sinn des Lebens?
Die Welt in einen besseren Ort verwandeln.
3587 mal 982 durch 731.
4818,65116.
Was ist das Traurigste, was du dir vorstellen kannst?
Allein zu sterben? Wollen wir tanzen? Rumba.
And I'm curious about the directing debut of incredibly versatile actor Daniel Brühl, Next Door, which apparently is a sardonic critique of celebrity and romance in contemporary Berlin.
Well, Daniel Brühl also appears in the film. Here he is trying to give an autograph to a man in a bar who seems strangely indifferent to his celebrity.
Kann ich ein Autogramm haben?
Ja, klar, gerne. Haben Sie was zu schreiben?
Nee.
Bist du mal ein Kuli? Na klar, für dich immer, Meister. Hast du Papier?
Nee. Danke.
Gern geschehen.
Now, the world's great film festivals specialize in 3 things: showing important work by new and established talent, providing a setting in which to sell movies, films that have been made and films that haven't been made yet, and staging retrospectives that re-examine and celebrate the history of cinema through restored classics and possibly forgotten gems. The retrospective No Angels, Mae West, Rosalind Russell, and Carol Lombard sounds absolutely terrific. It's currently fashionable to complain that women aren't as prominent as they should be in the film industry, but please remember that women have been in front of and behind the camera for 125 years, and trailblazing distinctive actresses like these 3 made an indelible mark on cinema. The Berlinale is planning to show 30 films in the June portion of the event, featuring these strong, talented women who could handle being sassy, sexy, or smart, while also being beautiful.
And Lisa, we were both just giving the Golden Globes a hard time, but we're both members of the rough equivalent here in France, l'Académie de Lumières de la Presse Internationale. This week, we're both hosting screening events with French talent to celebrate French cinema. Tell us more.
We presented our awards on January 19th, and from March 3rd through the 9th, if you're anywhere in France, you can buy an online ticket to see 9 of the prize-winning films, each followed by a discussion with the director or actors. Now, this is made possible by an ingenious platform called Le 25e Heure, the 25th hour. It's a French invention designed to share the wealth under pandemic conditions. Each screening takes place at a set time and is connected to a real brick and mortar cinema, the one closest to where you, the viewer, and your device happen to be. So the proceeds, and tickets are very reasonably priced, are divided between the cinema, the rights holders, and the platform. And under French law, the film can still be shown in movie theaters when they open again. I like all of the winners, but I'd especially recommend 2 sneak previews. First film, Slalom, about a talented 15-year-old skier training with an eye on representing France in the Olympics and her increasingly intimate relationship with her coach, and The Man Who Sold His Skin, which made the shortlist for International Film at the Oscars representing Tunisia. It's the multi-layered story of a desperate refugee who gets mixed up with the high-flying modern art world, and Eve will be moderating the discussion with the director.
I certainly will. Also online here in France until the 9th of March is Best of Doc, a chance to see 10 of the very best documentaries from 2019 and 2020. Tell us more.
This really is a terrific selection. Frederick Wiseman's Monrovia, Indiana, shot in the heart of prosperous Trump country, has stuck in my mind, as has M, Yolanda Zoberman's profile of a young Israeli man who was raped by Orthodox rabbis as a child. Congo, about an unusual faith healer, is also quite rewarding. There are 2 options to watch these, via La Toile, with 48 hours to watch, or via Le 25e Heure, which we just mentioned, with a fixed date and time, and then a discussion after.
Okay, Lisa, thank you so much for joining us. See you next week. Now we're going to leave you with a glimpse of some of the films showing in Best of Doc. Remember our website. We're also on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. There's more news coming up on France 24 after this.